Good morning, interwebs. Steve has exciting news.
The floor is done, the floor is done.
Even the closet floor. Can you move your little leggies so I can see it? See, it goes all the way in the closet. Oh, you need to cover the hole in there somehow.
Yeah.
So we don't lose a cat.
I know. You told me.
There's a tiny space under the floor, which clearly would be great for storing valuables and things of that nature. I don't have valuables. What am I talking about? Storing my cat under there would be the most valuable thing. But I mostly just don't want them to go back there and like poop, because that would be bad. And it would be what they would do if they were angry with me. Oh, the trim. I'm like, what are you wedging? That looks nice, Steve.
Thanks.
Are you going to put up the rest of the trim around the door now?
I can put up at least some of it. This still has to get painted, and then it gets nailed. This piece gets nailed into this piece, so no, I guess not.
Oh, okay. So this clip begins at 12:15. However, it's super windy and my audio got messed up. So now I'm telling you a riveting story about how I needed to come retrieve this dress, which had been hanging out here the day prior because it took longer to dry than everything else on the line. And when I came out to get it the day before, I was looking at it out the window, about to go and get it, walked through the kitchen to go to the door, and looked out the window to a full-on downpour. So the dress stayed out there for an extra day, and now I'm picking it up. Let's look around at the pretty! Now I'm telling you about how there's not as much wheat in the fields this year overall. I've seen a lot more corn and a way less milo than in years past, which is just kind of an interesting thing. I don't know why it's happening, but it must have to do with grain prices and rain and all that fun stuff. So I am making dinner right now, and I thought that I would show you what I'm making because it's kind of fun. So this is our very first summer squash of the season. This is Magda squash. I already cut its little top off. I'm about to chop it up. Magda squash is like a hybrid-y squash. I guess it's a Middle Eastern squash. We like it better than zucchini. It has more flavor. It cooks nicer. It's a beautiful color. So that is what we grow. And tonight I'm going to make squashta. So I have some of our ground sausage in there. Not squashta. Squashage. I was debating whether to make squashage, which is squash and sausage, and we're going to have it on rice, or squashta, which is squash in pasta. You know, it's a fun word, so you got to make it more fun. So, I realized I have not showed you my cooking lately. It's not that I've not been cooking. I've just not been cooking particularly enthusiastically lately for no really good reason. I've just been, I don't know, busy, and thus cooking is less exciting. And we're trying to use up things that are kind of in the basement, and we do have new things coming in. I don't think I showed you much of the fresh produce that we've had so far this year. So far we've had cilantro and lettuce. We're actually all the way through that. The lettuce is bolted, so no more salads, but for a while we're having salads almost every day. But that part of the year is now over. Sad face. And I kind of miss documenting it because we were eating those salads in between doing things around the house, and so making the salad was all the energy there was. There was then no effort to vlog it. So yay for squash. There'll be many, many more of these in our future, hopefully. And we picked it today. It's a little undersized, Steve noted, but tomorrow we're going to Manhattan, so we won't eat it then, and by Friday it might be too big. So we thought we would get at it while it was still nice and fresh. And now I need to chop this up real quick so I can throw it in my sausage so it can all simmer together and then go on top of the rice. And now we're coming outside to get some fresh herbs to put in my squashage. I haven't been doing this nearly enough lately either. Just been too lazy, or by the time I get around to making dinner I'm just like, let's get this done. I don't walk like the barely anything to come out here to grab fresh herbs. So it is 1 in the morning. Dishwasher's going, so it's gonna be noisy. But hey, there'll be clean dishes tomorrow. See, silver lining. So this evening, while I was helping the kids do stuff, I went through a bunch of my fabric because I had it all out because my daughter was picking out stuff for her fair, like, sewing project. So I had all my boxes of personal fabric, like, open, and it was everywhere because, you know, I have them all stacked up right now. That was kind of a pain. But I figured while they were out, I might as well look through them to see if I could find some more fabric to make myself some more clothes. For somebody who has an abundance of fabric, I have very little in quantities big enough to make garments for myself, which is kind of unfortunate. But I have a small stack that will be becoming things in the future. And then I was going to start working on that because I asked Steve, I'm like, should I make more clothes today or should I wait? And he goes, well, there's no time like the present. And I thought, that is true. But it was already almost midnight by then, and I was like, ugh, I should probably do something that won't keep me up till like crazy late. So I got out another project that I'm working on for the fair. Cat, no! Down! Get down! I heard that loud noise. I thought it was something in the other room. Not a cat jumping on my wet paint. Luckily, it is dry enough. So, what I am making here is this window. It's gonna have 5 flamingos on it. You know, because there's 5 of us. There's 2 big ones and 3 little ones. And alright, it is 3:11 and I'm going to head to bed here in just a minute. But first, we're going to look at the flamingos. They're turning out so cute. Here is what it looks like right now from the front. And I'll show you again on tomorrow's vlog when you can like actually see it. I need to clean the glass off too because you can like still see the red Sharpie lines and stuff. So, but it's turned out, and I want to turn it over so I can make sure if you can see too much through the color, then it means it's going to need another coat. Anyways, I think it will be just fine as it is. Okay, I'm going to go head to bed, and I will see you all tomorrow. Nighty night.